guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my mental health update. So first of all, I wanted to talk about how I found out I have anxiety and how it happened. So one day I was driving and I just felt like my heart was hurting so bad and my arm was shooting up and down with pain and I couldn't move it. And so I felt like I was having a heart attack. So I called my doctor and I was like, hey, I think I should call 911. I'm feeling like I have a heart attack. And he was like, well, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 21. And he's like, no, you're too young to be having a heart attack. So come into the office and see, I need to see you. So I couldn't drive. And so I went ahead and called my friend to tell her, hey, you need to drive me to the doctor's office because I am not feeling good and I need to go. So we went ahead and we talked to the doctor. He did a EKG on me. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. Basically, they put like wires on me and was reading my heart rate and everything. And turns out my doctor was like, take this medication. You're fine. Everything's fine. You're just having anxiety right now. You're just having a breakdown. This is perfectly normal. And he started asking me questions like, how often does this happen? And all that. And I started thinking back into my life and I just realized how often this has been happening to me. I would just feel like I have acid reflux. So I would like not mind it, like my heart would hurt, my arm would hurt too, and I would just shrug it off. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Like there's something wrong with me, like why I'm not gonna pay attention to it, basically. So I have told my doctor that, and then he's like, well, maybe you have anxiety. I'm like, what is that? In my country, we don't really think about those types of like diseases or mental illness, And then he started asking me, well, are you depressed? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm a happy person, I don't know. I don't think I am. And he just started asking me all these questions like, how often do you feel this? How often do you feel that? And then that's when I got diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I don't want to trigger anybody that has anxiety or on depression, but it is something that I really want to talk about. I am on medication and I am working on getting off of it. So I've been on it for about close to 2 years now, and I've been doing really good with my medication, but I really want to get off of it just because it's such a drag having to take it every day or every night, and sometimes I would forget, and it's a hassle sometimes taking medication and having to remember it. Sorry, I have to switch the TV. So sorry. Okay. Anyways, so I've tried different types of medications because some of the medications made me feel worse. Some of the medication made me itchy. Some of the medication gave me nightmares. Some medication just wasn't right for me. So it was about 6 months to 8 months that I was trying different types of medication, and I'm finally on the right one. Thank goodness, because all those times that I was trying these different medications, it was really hard for me to work. It was really hard for me to get up on my bed. It was just really terrifying. I was just not myself, And it's not just me. I'm not saying like you need medication to function. It's just, for me, it was a way for me to help me get out of this funk. If you're not on medication or you choose not to be, that's perfectly fine. That's up to you. Everyone's different. I just choose to be on medication. So I started going to therapy because my doctor was like, well, if you're feeling this way and you want to find out more about it, you might want to start going to a therapist. So I went ahead and booked, and I just went to him once a week, and it was a period of about 6 months. I was going to him, and finally I just this January, maybe like 3 weeks ago, we ended our session. He said that I am doing fine, I am regulating, and that I don't need to go to him. But if I do need to go to him for emergencies, that I can. But he believes that I am stable enough to not go on therapy once a week, or that I'm fine, basically. So I do feel like I have more sense of self. I have more confidence. I have more sense of self, and I think that therapy really does help. So for some people, it might be really expensive. I have insurance at that point, so it was still pretty expensive, but I had to do it because I felt like I owe myself, and I just was really lost, and I needed some guidance, professional guidance. So I was spending about $25 each time I see him, and I see him once a week, so it was a lot of money that I was spending. So I did feel a lot of suicidal thoughts at one point, and it was overwhelming, and it was very upsetting because I never thought I would be that type of person to like think those things, like it was just really bad thoughts, and I was thinking of like killing myself and just not being here, and just being better not being here. And I know that now that is not a good thing to think, and I do have a healthy relationship with myself now, that I know that I will not be doing that, and I don't think that anybody should risk their life to not be here in this world, because there's so many things that you can be grateful for, and so many things to stay alive for. And each day I am trying to find more ways to be alive, and I think you guys should too, because there's so many things I want to do, and I realize that now, and I really think therapy for me really helps with all those reasons, so things that I do to distract myself and found purpose was sewing. I sew a lot, and I journal. I do budgeting, like I was doing the debt-free journey. That's part of my budgeting. I do painting, and I do reading. So you might wonder, what are the ways I cope with depression? I do practice breathing techniques with from what my therapist had told me. It helps alleviate some anxiety from you. So I'm not gonna do it now because it's really hard to explain, but like just breathing in and out, like sporadically throughout the day, and just trying to release that bad energy from you. I started finding hobbies like YouTube and editing, and just arts and crafts, like just different stuff. I just started to distract myself, basically. And therapy, it really made me realize my sense of purpose again in my life, and why I should stay alive, because there's so many things to want to be alive for, and I want to be here for it. And medication, that's one of the other things that helped me get through each and every day, is my medication. I mean, I think it's a combination of everything, but I really think that my medication do help me with my everyday life, because everything is such a it could be a lot, you know. Sometimes what helps me is I stop and distract myself from people that are not positive, or that don't understand my situation, until I can find myself and find strength, so that I can talk to them with a real balanced mind. Because sometimes there's some people that are really negative, and I just don't have the right mindset to be able to cope with them and hear what they have to say about me when I'm already feeling so down. So I try to, you know, tell them, hey, you know, I'm just not in the right mindset to hear this right now, but maybe like in a few, you know, days or months, I'll be up for it. But I try to not put myself in situations that will trigger me, because I don't want to be in that place, you know. And it's okay to tell people that, you know, you're not in that space, because maybe they just don't realize and they think they're helping you, but it's really triggering you. And I do spend time with my dog. She is so cute. But yeah, I do spend time with her. I try to hug her, pet her, groom her, walk her, you know. And I do try to spend time with people that I love, like my boyfriend, my dad, just family, you know. I try to surround myself with people that really care about me and understand the situation, and understand me. And I do practice self-care, like brushing my hair, you know. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm going for a more messy look. But yeah, I do brush my hair. I groom. Like, I do facials, scrubs, all that stuff. Not a lot. I should be doing that. But I do go to a lot of places that I like to self-help and self-motivate me. Like Goodwill. I love to go Goodwill shopping, thrifting. I do like to go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart. All those places give me life. So anyways, thank you so much for listening to this video, and I hope you got a gist of my mental health and how I'm doing better. And I hope you guys are doing so much better in your life, because this video is not to put anybody down. This is to uplift each other and to be in a mindset where you are comfortable with yourself, you love yourself, and just be with somebody or people that around you that love you and care for you. And I do this because I want to remind myself that, you know, it does get better. And even though sometimes you feel down, you're gonna have better days, you know. And I hope you realize that. And without further ado, thank you so much for listening to me and hearing me babble. And thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Bye.